Hey guys, welcome back to Critical Flick. Today I'm reviewing the new film from Netflix, Along for the Ride. Along for the Ride is a new coming-of-age film that is based off a very popular novel. It tells the story of a girl named Auden. She has just graduated from high school, and she decides to take the summer after her graduation to go live with her father in a small beach town and really try to rediscover herself. Emma Passero plays Auden. I think she does a really solid job. Her and the other lead have very good chemistry, and she is, like I said, a character who's trying to discover who she really is. She was, raised by a very prominent mother who is a lecturer. She's a professor. She's very learned, and then she has a father who's also a novelist. So she's kind of held to high regard. She's like a straight A student. She's always done everything right. She never kind of lived on the wild side. So she gets to go and kind of experience that, kind of sow her wild oats and see who she really is, maybe not who people expect her to be. So going to the small town called Colby that's right on the coast, that's actually filmed in an area where I used to visit all the time. I'm from the East Coast, and I used to go down to the Outer Banks and down to the Wilmington area, and a lot of the principal photography and some of the scenes are shot down there. So it really touched home with me personally. I think that's one of the reasons why I actually really did enjoy this movie. So as she's down there, she comes to meet this mysterious young man named Eli who kind of is very reserved. He doesn't want to tell people about his past, and she slowly starts to learn who he is and how they can relate to each other. And the reason why they hit it off so well is because she's kind of this outsider and he's this person who has this kind of stigma around him, and she doesn't know anything about his past and doesn't judge him about it or doesn't question him about it. So they really start to hit it off, and like I said, they have a really strong chemistry. I think that both the actors do a really good job of playing off one another. It's really heartwarming and really like just cute overall. They're a very cute couple together. So that's one of the things I enjoyed about it. It doesn't take itself too wildly seriously like some of the coming of age stories we've seen in the past. It isn't too cutesy and goofy like some of the other things we've seen from Netflix. Today, this is a coming of age story. It's a story of discovery, accepting who we are, maybe accepting some communication from those that we love. So I did like those aspects of the film because you do realize at the end of the day, the story is a lot about communication. It's not about judging a book by its cover. It's about reaching out to the people when you need help, expressing how you feel. And maybe there's a connection there that you never knew was there. You never bothered to think about it. You always judged people or judged the situation or even judged yourself. You never took a moment to really like embrace the things around you. It's just seen a lot with her relationship with her parents. Like I said, her mother is, kind of strict. She's very foreboding. She's a very serious woman. Then you have her father who's kind of absent, a little flippant. He's like, your typical like pie in the sky novelist that doesn't really understand the world around him. He's kind of disconnected. She's able to communicate with them in a way that she understands where they're coming from, maybe how they dealt with their own problems, thinking of them as humans and not just her parents. Like she has her own issues. She stops and sees how her parents feel. And there's some really heartfelt moments in particular with her and her parents. But obviously the big part of the story is her romance with Eli, who's played by Belmont Cameli. Like I said, they have great chemistry and they kind of open up to each other. They're two almost broken people in a different way. They're dealing with trauma, but completely different trauma. Alden has, like a family trauma. She's kind of raised in a way that she feels like she's never good enough or she isn't who she's meant to be. Then he's dealing with an issue in his past. I don't want to go too much into spoilers, but you do learn very early on in the film that his friend died, a friend that he really cared about, and he gave up kind of all his dreams because of that event. But she helps him and he helps her, and it's just, like I said, it's really heartfelt. It's a really cute movie. One of the knocks I could see about it is that it is a little less dramatic than what people kind of expect from these films. It's not anywhere on the level of something like Perks of Being the Wallflower with those really over-the-top moments or really dramatic moments or really hard-hitting moments. There are a few in this film, but it's nothing on that level, and it isn't as lighthearted as some of the other content that Netflix put out. It's kind of in the middle, and I personally like that about that, but I could see how some people maybe want both ends of that spectrum, but it kind of falls right in the center there. I do think the soundtrack's really good. It has a lot of, good hit songs that you would enjoy, a lot of like pop synth music. It's very uplifting and upbeat. There's not a lot of really sad melancholy moments other than part of the third act of the film. So I think overall, like I said, it's fun, it's cute, it's enjoyable, it's very consumable, but maybe it doesn't hit as hard as some people might enjoy. So if I were to rate this film, I would give it a 7.5 out of 10. It was much better than I expected. When I saw the poster, I'd seen the previous films that Netflix has put on. They've been adaptations of some stories. They didn't personally connect with me, but I felt like this one felt more like an experience that I would understand. Like I said, being filmed in areas that I went when I was younger, kind of having those relationships that, those wild summers where you want to go and just change who you are. You want to be a completely different person. School's over and you're just in a new area with new people. You can reinvent yourself. It really connected with me, so I'll be interested if it connected with you. So if you checked out this film, let me know what you thought about it. Did you like it as much as I did? Did you not enjoy it? I'd love to hear those opinions. Leave those comments down below. Remember to like and subscribe, and see you guys next time.